Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel EduTap. I am Arshdeep Kaur and today we start with a different regulation, that is the Depositories and Participants Regulation 2018. So we are almost through with the acts and regulations that were mentioned in your syllabus. This is going to be your last video on the security laws. We have covered each and every regulation and we have covered each and every act for this section, right? So please make sure that you go through all the acts, all the regulations very carefully because 40% weightage has been provided to this area, that is the security laws, and 40% weightage, it is huge. So please make sure that you are preparing for these acts and these regulations very carefully. Before I start, I would like to tell you that EduTap has come up with two courses. The first is the test series and the other one being the live crash course. In the test series, you get chapter wise tests. So that means like each and every chapter. For each and every chapter, you get different separate tests. So this is chapter wise test. The second one being the full length test. So you are provided with the full length tests also where you can practice. It is going to be very helpful for your practice with evaluation. So this time, because of the descriptive part being introduced by SEBI, our experts will be evaluating your descriptive part. So if you are attempting these tests, you will be getting evaluation and you will be getting the necessary feedback that is important for you, right? And you also get one-on-one mentor support. The other course is the live crash course. The classes, they have already begun, and in these classes, each and every topics that is important from the viewpoint of your examination, it is going to be covered. So everything that is important is going to be covered in these classes. You also get short notes which will be very helpful for your descriptive part, and all the features of the test series, they are included in this course also. And also you get one-on-one mentor support. So this is going to be very helpful for your preparation and your revision. So please make sure that you are availing our limited period time offer. So if anyone of you who is interested can refer to the link in the description below. So let's start. Question number 1. Application for grant of certification of registration for the depository should be made in which type of form as per the Securities and Exchange Board of India Depositories and Participants Regulation 2018. So the answer is A, that is Form A. Let's read this. No person shall establish a depository unless he has obtained registration from the board in accordance with the Act, the Depositories Act 1996 and these regulations. An application for the grant of certificate of the registration as a depository shall be made to the board by an applicant in Form A of the first schedule shall be accompanied by the fee specified in Part A of the second schedule and paid up in the manner specified in Part B thereof. The application shall be accompanied by draft bylaws of the depository that is proposed to be set up. So all of these requirements, they have to be met with, and it has to be in Form A of the first schedule, right? So applicant in Form A of the first schedule. Question number 2. Which regulation of SEBI Depositories and Participants Regulation 2018 mention about the business continuity plan? So the answer to this is A, that is Regulation 50. A depository shall have adequate business continuity plan for data and electronic records to prevent, prepare for and recover from any disaster. So they have to have a business continuity plan under Regulation 50. Question number 3. Choose the correct order. File an application for getting registered as a depository, gets registration certificate, application for grant of certification of commencement of business, gets certification of commencement of business, starts working as depository. So the answer actually is D, that is this is the correct order, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct order, file an application for getting registered as a depository. First of all, you have to file an application. Then you get the registration certificate. After that, application for the grant of certification for commencement of business. You get that certificate as well, and then you start working as a depository. Question number 4. Depository participant and issuers shall address the investors' grievances within how many days? The answer is C, that is within 30 days. Every issuer or its agent or any person who is registered as an intermediary under this regulation shall redress the grievances of beneficial owner within 30 days of the date of receipt of the complaint and keep the depository informed about the number and nature of the grievances redressed by it and the number of grievances pending before it. So it has to be done in how many days? It has to be done in 30 days. Question number 5. SEBI grants the certification of registration to the depository in which type of form? The answer is A, that is Form B. After considering the application under Regulation 3 that we just read, with reference to the qualification specified in Regulation 6, if the board is satisfied that the company established by the applicant is eligible to act as a depository, it may grant a certificate of registration, and it is going to be in Form B of the first schedule to the depository. Question number 6. A depository participant seeking registration need to apply to depository. What application fee it needs to pay? The answer is B, that is 15,000. So according to Part A of second schedule of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Depositories Participant Regulation 2018, application fee payable by participant is 15,000 rupees. Question number 7. As a depository and participant regulation, which of the following are eligible for dematerialization of depositories? Shares, debentures, commercial paper, ULIPs. So the answer is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. So ULIPs are the unit linked insurance plans. Security eligible for dematerialization. Let's read it. The following securities shall be eligible for being held in a dematerialized form in a depository: shares, scrips, stocks, bond, debentures, debenture stocks, Indian depository receipts, electronic gold receipt, or other marketable securities of like nature in or of any incorporated company or other body corporate. Units of mutual funds, right under collective investment schemes and venture capital funds, commercial paper, certificates of deposit, securitized debt, money market instruments, government securities and listed unlisted securities shall also be similarly eligible for being held in dematerialized form in a depository. Any other security as may be specified by the board from time to time by the way of notification in official gazette and subject to such condition as it may deem fit to impose. Question number 8. Which of the following is incorrect regarding the rights and obligations of a depository? Every depository shall maintain continuous electronic means of communication with all its participants, issuer and issuer's agent. A depository shall have a mechanism in place to ensure that the interest of the persons buying and selling securities held in the depository are adequately protected. Every depository shall allow any participants to withdraw or transfer its accounts. So the answer is E, that is none. Let's read this. As per the Securities and Exchange Board of India, the regulations, Regulation 45, every depository shall maintain continuous electronic means of communication with all its participants, issuers or issuers agent as the case may be, clearing house and clearing corporations of the stock exchanges and with other depositories. The depository shall satisfy the board that it has a mechanism in place to ensure that the interest of the persons buying and selling securities held in the depository are adequately protected. Every depository shall allow any participant to withdraw or transfer its accounts if the request for such withdrawal or transfer is in accordance with the conditions stipulated thereof in the bylaws of the depository. Question number 9. A depository participant shall maintain records for a minimum of how many years? So the answer is C, that is 8 years. Every depository shall maintain the following records and documents, namely records of securities dematerialized and rematerialized, the names of the transferor, transferee and the dates of the transfer of securities, a register of an index of the beneficial owners, details of the holding of the securities of the beneficial owners as at the end of each day, records of instructions received from and sent to the participants, issuers, issuers agent and beneficial owners, records of approval notice, entry and cancellation of pledge or hypothecation as the case may be, details of the participants, details of the securities declared to be eligible for dematerialization in depository and such other records as may be specified by the board for carrying the activities of a depository. Every depository shall intimate the board the place where the records and the documents are maintained. Subject to the provisions of any other law, the depository shall preserve records and documents for a minimum period of 8 years. Question number 10. participants shall enter into the agreement with which of the following entity in relation to the dematerialized securities? So the answer is C, that is beneficial owner. Every participant shall enter into an agreement with the beneficial owner before acting as a participant on his behalf in a manner specified by the depository in its bylaws. So the answer is C, that is beneficial owner. So the participant shall enter into an agreement with the beneficial owner in relation to the dematerialization of the securities. Question number 11. Which of the following terms comes under the internal monitoring of systems and control by a depository? So the answer is D, that is all of the above: reviewing, monitoring and evaluating the depository's control system, monitoring and evaluating the procedures and safeguards. Internal monitoring under Regulation 48. Every depository shall have adequate mechanism for the purpose of reviewing, monitoring and evaluating the depository's control system, procedures and safeguards, right? So this is Regulation 48. Question number 12. Which regulation deals with the business continuity plan? So the answer is B, that is 50. We have already done this. A depository shall have adequate business continuity plan for data and electronic records to prevent, prepare for and recover from any disaster. So this is given under Regulation 50, business continuity plan. Question number 13. As per Regulation 55, depository is expected to cooperate with several other entities for smooth transaction of security. Identify them. So the answer is E, that is all of them: beneficial owner, issuers, custodians of security, clearing organizations. Let's read the explanation. Every depository shall extend all the cooperation to the beneficial owners, issuers agents, custodians of securities, other depositories and clearing organization as is necessary for the effective, prompt and accurate clearance and settlements of securities transaction and conduct of business. Question number 14. If a participant is not willing to continue any further, what option it has as per the SEBI Depositories Participant Regulation 2018? The answer is D, both A and B. It may withdraw or it may transfer its account to some other willing entity. Every depository shall allow any participant to withdraw or transfer its account if the request for such withdrawal or transfer is in accordance with the conditions stipulated thereof in the bylaws of the depository. So it may withdraw or it may transfer, right? Moving on, question number 15. Once participant is granted registration, what fee it needs to pay? Rupees 1 lakh within 10 lakhs of the receipt of the intimation from the board, rupees 15 lakh within 15 days of the receipt of the information from the board, rupees 2 lakh within 15 days of the receipt of the intimation from the board, rupees 10 lakhs within 10 days of the receipt of the intimation from the board. So the answer is option C, that is rupees 2 lakhs within 15 days of the receipt of the intimation from the board. The participant shall pay the registration fee specified in Part A of second schedule in the manner specified in Part B thereof. Within 15 days, it has to be paid within 15 days of the receipt of the information from the board. As per Part A of Schedule 2, the registration fee payable by the participant is 2 lakh rupees. Now last question, that is question for achievers. Which of the following is true in terms of norms for compensation policy? The variable pay component shall not exceed half of total pay. 50% of the variable pay shall be paid on the deferred basis after 3 years. ESOPs and other equity linked instruments in the depository shall not be offered or provided as part of the compensation for the key management personnel. The compensation policy shall have malus and clawback arrangements B, C and D only. So you have to comment the right answer below. Alright, so that was all for today. I hope it was a helpful session for you. For more such videos, please like, share and subscribe to the channel EduTap. Thank you.